Welcome back to our Pantry Witching series, everyone. Today I wanted to start with the one item in my pantry which has made the biggest impact on my ability to save money over time. This one magical ingredient is, of course, baking soda. And today I'm going to share with you 10 different ways I use this little marvel in my everyday tasks. Hello everyone, I'm Witch Hazel, and in this Pantry Witching series, I'm sharing with you some of the more practical aspects of my witchy lifestyle. It's not all spell casting and ritual, I'm afraid. But now, before you go clicking away thinking that this video has nothing at all to do with witchcraft, I will encourage you to stay through to the end, where I take some time to go into the more spiritual aspect of this home witchery. First things first, let's talk about how I got started with pantry witching in the first place. Not too long ago, I had just come home from a bit of a forced absence. I was out of work and had gone to stay with family so I could rent out my home to prevent foreclosure. I was facing an empty home, having sold most of my possessions to pay bills and facilitate the move. I had been approved for food stamps, but as my first renewal came up, I realized I was never going to avoid that stereotype of being a leech on the system if I couldn't find a way to make this temporary aid do more than just feed me. I needed to make it the stepping stone it was meant to be. So instead of the crutch I was slowly learning to depend on. Since all of my small income was tied up in fixed expenses like my mortgage, HOA, utilities, I decided to see how creative I could really get with my groceries. The first staple I set my sights on was baking soda. Why baking soda? Well, aside from it being the most widely publicized housekeeping hack, I already had some experience using it for things like washing my hair. And it's cheap. Baking soda allowed me to gradually adjust my housekeeping and personal care over just a few months until I pretty much eliminated those costs from my budget. And of course, the next thing you want to know is how, right? Well, here you go. 10 ways I use baking soda for home and personal care. Number 1, shampoo. As mentioned, I had used baking soda in the past as a shampoo. So I already knew it worked and started there. I use about a tablespoon and a half of baking soda mixed with water to wash my hair, then follow it up with a mix of about 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, again diluted in water as a rinse. Number 2, toothpaste. This is another one I remembered from childhood days whenever we happened to run out of toothpaste and didn't give mom a heads up, so we did not have another tube on hand. For this, I just dipped my moistened toothbrush in the powder and brush as usual. A baking soda and water mix can also be used as a mouthwash if you are a mouthwash fan. Now, there are plenty of toothpaste recipes online that get much more complicated, and I've tried a few, but in the end, in most things, I'm a big believer in simples, meaning using the simplest solution possible to get the job done. Number 3, face scrub. If you're a fan of face scrubs, a little baking soda mixed into a paste with water and massaged into the skin does a great job of exfoliating. It is drying, however, so I don't recommend it too often, And always remember to follow up with your moisturizer of choice. Number 4, a bath additive. For anyone with dry, itchy skin like me, baking soda can be a remarkably soothing addition to the bath. 1 to 2 cups in the bath, soak for 20 to 30 minutes, and there you go. Now, other pantry items are also good for this purpose and include things like oatmeal and cornstarch. Number 5, deodorant additive. I'll chat more about this one when we talk about oils, but for anyone who makes their own deodorant, baking soda can be a great addition for a little bit of extra defense against odor. I tend to add this in during the summer months, but it is too irritating to my skin in the winter, so I leave it out. 6, scouring powder. Good for just about everything you would normally scrub, from pesky pans after a meal to toilets, sinks, and bathtubs. All you need to do is sprinkle a little bit over a moist surface, let it sit a few minutes, then scrub as normal. Number 7, carpet freshener. Again, sprinkle the baking soda over the carpet. When it needs a little freshening up, let it sit a few minutes, and then vacuum as usual. Number 8, silver polish. This one is particularly useful to me since I have several pieces of silver jewelry. Again, make a paste of the baking soda and a little bit of water, then use that paste to clean your silver. Number 9, laundry detergent. Up to a cup of baking soda in the wash will do a perfectly good job of cleaning your clothes, provided they're not completely soiled with dirt and grease. For the majority of people, this will work just fine. Follow up with about 1/2 to 3/4 of a cup of vinegar in the rinse cycle, and that will help to soften and brighten your clothes. If you're worried baking soda won't be strong enough for your wash, you can convert it to washing soda by spreading it out on a baking sheet and baking it at between 400 and 425 degrees Fahrenheit for about an hour, stirring halfway through. I've done laundry with both baking soda and homemade washing soda without any complaint. Number 10, dishwashing detergent. Lastly, dishwashing detergent. Disclaimer, I wash my dishes by hand since my dishwasher has been broken for the last couple of years and I haven't had the funds yet to replace it. I believe there are ways to use baking soda in an automatic dishwasher, but I haven't been able to test that yet. So when I get to it, I'll let you know. Again, I've done this with both baking soda and washing soda. I do prefer the washing soda for the dishes. Rinse your dishes as best you can ahead of time. Then fill the sink as you normally would. Add 1 to 2 tablespoons of the washing soda. And then wash your dishes as normal. Rinse them off, and there you go. I also mix a little bit of this detergent in water in an old plastic bottle to keep on hand for single item cleaning at the sink. And there you have it, 10 ways baking soda has significantly reduced my household expenses. Now, how can we connect this to living a witchy lifestyle? Well, even though modern baking soda is commercially produced, it is actually a natural substance that's been used since ancient Greece and Egypt. So I've taken this little experiment as the perfect opportunity to cultivate gratitude, which I very often forget about during hard times. I've made a point to thank Mother Nature for providing me with everything I need in life, as well as helping me reach my financial goals. This can easily be ritualized through activities like keeping a gratitude journal, taking a few minutes at the end of the day to offer up a bit of thanks for all that the gods have provided, or even taking time to do so in the moment as you're doing laundry or washing the dishes, washing your hair. In my next video, I'd like to chat a little more broadly about how to create a dream life or your ideal life during difficult times. But rest assured, I'll be back in the pantry following that to talk about vinegar and oil. So if you haven't already, please do make sure to like this video and consider subscribing to the channel to make sure you don't miss any of these upcoming videos and updates. And until next time, everyone, blessed be.